For you guys that have been here with me for a while, you've heard me talk about things, and then a little bit later, you see it happen. And that's a big part of building is making plans and following through. And sometimes when you make plans, things don't just work out exactly like you hope they do. In fact, a lot of times when you make plans in life, things don't work out exactly like you hope they do. Sometimes there's different obstacles that come up in our way, different challenges. And there's so many times when you're building that you have a choice to just give up. Things can get really frustrating at times. You can try to do something, it doesn't work out the exact way you hope that it does, and you realize that something comes up that's going to require a lot more work or effort. And in those moments, you got to decide, am I going to give up or am I going to keep going? And there's a lot of those moments. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about when you're trying to work at fixing your life and you're trying to get things better, right? There's so many moments where you're trying to get something done and something will pop up and be like, yeah, but this is wrong. You got to do this now. You got to fix this. You got to also do this. And sometimes it gets really frustrating. Sometimes it's like, gosh, you know what? You almost want to say, forget it. Well, I didn't realize it was all that, but I haven't done that. I haven't given up. I've continued to, every time a challenge comes up, I figure out what the problem is. Maybe there's something in it I need to learn. Maybe there's something else in it I need to do. But whatever it is, I just keep doing the next thing, the next right thing, and keep building to make the next right thing happen. And so it's been a lot of processes that have went into where we're at right now as a company. Now we got the ministry going. It's been a lot. When I say a lot, like I thought I knew in life what a lot was, but this has been a whole nother level of a lot, And I was thinking this morning, because I know a lot of people probably think, gosh, man, Bobby's really got it going on. It'd be nice to do what he's doing. And when I was thinking about it, I was thinking, I don't know if a lot of people would really want to be me, honestly. If somebody really kind of knew all the stuff that goes into what I gotta work hard at and the frustrations I gotta deal with and the responsibilities and all that stuff, I think a lot of people would probably go, nah, I'm good. I mean, really, if somebody really understood it, everything that goes into it, because it's been a nonstop grind for years now. I tell you guys this a lot, but I am constantly busy, right? I've got so many things going on all the time. My phone is blowing up. I answer it. I try to answer almost every time. And it's phone numbers I don't recognize from all over. And it's different topics and different people. And there's no telling what's going to be on the other side of that line when I answer the phone. It could be something with business. It could be something with ministry. There's just so credit, banks. There's just so many different things that it could be when I answer my phone. And it's nonstop. And while I'm dealing with what's already going on, I'm adding more to the table always. So imagine that. So while I'm already dealing with everything I've already got going on, I'm still making more moves that's going to cause more calls to come in and more things that I need to do. So, and I've just kind of adapted to this lifestyle where I'm constantly grinding. And while I'm grinding, I'm also learning. I'm also learning a lot. I watch a lot of educational videos. I study my Bible. I meditate a lot. I pray a lot. I'm constantly thinking about how to get better, right? Because I know that if I get better, then I'll be able to handle better everything that I'm putting on my plate. And so, but anyways, I just want to kind of back up a little bit and talk to you guys a little bit about this journey. But first, before I do, I want to say something. And a lot of you guys have heard me say this quite a bit, but some of you guys probably haven't heard me say it enough. But what I've been able to accomplish in my life, there's absolutely no doubt whatsoever that the only reason I've been able to accomplish what I've been able to accomplish is because Jesus is in my heart. There's absolutely no question about that whatsoever. So anytime you hear me ever talking about something I'm doing, keep in mind that it's really not me doing it. It's really not, right? And it sounds like a noble thing to say, but it's not just a noble thing to say, it's the truth. Like without God in my life, without the ability to reach up to God and pray, because there's many times where I didn't have the answer. There's many times where I had to ask God, I need help. I don't even know what to do. Or God, I'm about to come out of my character. I need your help, God's been there for me and intervened in so many ways. There's been so many times where crazy bad stuff could have happened, but God intervened. There's been so many times where God gave me grace in areas that I needed grace in. And without that, there's no way I would become successful and have such a great organization and a great situation that I have. So keep that in mind as I'm talking about some of the stuff that I've done, that I want you to know that it's God. It's God. I'm not going to say that in every sentence, but I can say it now so you understand when I'm saying sentences, that when I say I, it's not I, it's God. Okay? Because I wouldn't be able to do it without him. Amen. So, but just rewinding the tape, you guys. So my deal is this, right? I have a big vision, right? I really do. I have a big vision. I want to be able to affect a lot of people's lives, right? And I feel like we already are affecting a lot of people's lives, right? Yeah. But I want that to go to a whole nother level, right? I said a long time ago to God, listen, God, my life's not about me. It's about you and then everybody else, right? I didn't really know what the depth of that meant when I said that. I meant it, but I didn't realize what was going to come along with that, right? It's like, oh, yeah, I'm all in, God. Next thing you know, I realized the work and the sacrifice and the effort that it takes to follow through on that commitment, and it's been a huge eye-opener. But the whole point of Headed Straight Up, I, in fact, was helping somebody with a cell phone. Listen, I was helping somebody with a cell phone in a parking lot and trying to get the person a phone so they could connect with my online ministry the day that I heard about this opportunity. I talked to my friend later that day. He talked to me about this business. At the time, I was in the credit repair business. The reason I was in the credit repair business is because it was a legitimate business where I could actually try to help people and make money. Because being in sales off and on my entire life, I got to a point in sales where I didn't want to do sales really, because I lost the taste for talking people into giving me money, just to talk them into giving me money. Sales is really fun. I could sell anybody anything for the highest price. But my character changed at one point in my story, and I didn't like that anymore. I didn't like that. I remember one time selling cars. I sold this old lady a car overpriced. I talked this old lady into paying top dollar for this car, and it wasn't worth it. And I remember the guys that, great job, yeah, high five. I felt like, I look back at that, I'm like, that's the type of stuff I don't like, But in sales rooms, floors, it's about selling it for the most you can. I mean, that's what's looked up to. So that type of stuff, I lost the taste for it. So I prayed for a long time for God to bring me to a business that I could do something that I'm good at, that I could feel good about. I'm not just trying to make money, right? I made a lot of money. I don't just want to make money. I have to make money because bills cost money, right? But I don't want to just do whatever to make money. I want to feel good about what I'm doing. So the credit repair business was my journey into that. When my friend talked to me about this business, and I just bought somebody a phone, God spoke to me in my spirit that day. It wasn't an audible voice, but I felt like God was saying, this is for you. This is the answer to a prayer, right? And so I got into the phone and tablet business. And just to give you guys some background, in sales, I've been promoted for years off the field. So when I say I've been promoted off the field for years, it's been a lot of years, like 20, probably almost 20 years since I got promoted off the field, meaning owner status. I hire reps, they go to work. I don't go sell stuff. I got promoted out of that level a long time ago. When I got in this business, I realized at the beginning that I was going to have to humble myself and go learn the job. And so the very beginning of this business for me, I went to the field. That's the first thing I did. It took me a couple weeks to kind of realize it, because at first I was planning on hiring people on the ad and just kind of training them in a room, sending them out, and which is okay. I mean, it's good. That's good business. But I realized with this business that if I wanted to be what I wanted to be, which is the best at anything I try to put my mind to, that I was going to have to know what I was saying, that I was going to have to know the product. I was going to have to know how the sales go, how the interactions with the customers go, how the sales process works in the phone. And I needed to know it deeper than what you just read in a training manual. You understand what I'm saying? Because in order to train leaders, you got to do what? You got to be a good leader, right? Right. So my wife and I, we went out on the field and crushed it. We led from the front. My wife was my first agent. And we went out on the field and crushed it. Constantly training, constantly making sales. A lot of the times what I used to do is go out and get sales for the people. I just stand out there and help get sales and give people the sales so they could learn the job and stuff like that. But I learned everything about it. I learned all the screens, all the no's, all the objectives, how to do it at tents, how to do it at doors, how to do it at events. All the ways you could possibly do it. We got really good at it. In fact, we got so good at it that I believe we've pretty much been the best at it. I know the other offices in other states and stuff like that, and I think we are competitively above the best in the business or with the best in the business. So that being said, my plan has been to work really hard, build up the organization, and build up leaders. Okay? So this isn't just a job where I want to hire people to go make sales. That's not what this is. It can be that if you want to be an independent agent. But what this is right here is called the Leadership Development Program. Okay? So this right here is about teaching leaders, right? Now, how can I teach leaders? Well, let me tell you. I've spent so much time in sales, learning business, and how to be a good salesperson, how to do good business, right? I earned the right to say that I could teach people how to do this really good, right? I've taught hundreds, maybe thousands of people how to sell, how to do a really good job. I've taught people how to level up, right? I used to do it for other people back in the day because I wasn't that responsible. So I was really good at all the stuff. But I did it for my manager, my owner at that time. I didn't have my own company at that time. I had my own status as an owner, but I really was doing it for other people. So now, fast forward the tape, now I'm doing it for my own company. I'm teaching people underneath my brand, our brand, how to be leaders. That's what this leadership development program is all about. Now, what is it all about though, right? Leadership development. Well, it's about character, right? First and foremost. It's about leveling up character, right? Because it's one thing if you can teach somebody how to make good sales. But what does that matter if they're a horrible character, right? What does that matter if they're irresponsible? If somebody can go crush it and make tons of sales, but they don't know how to be responsible, right? Or they're not thinking how to treat people the right way and stuff like that, right? So that's why the leadership development program is really more about character. It's more about learning the job, yes, but caring about others, right? Putting others first, sacrificing, making commitments, following through, right? Thinking about things that we can do individually to become better people. You guys with that? So it's more to it than just sales, right? Now, listen, check this out. So since I've got this job, since we started leveling up and stuff, I want to give you guys kind of some ideas of where I'm headed with this, right? Because I got vision. So what I've been doing is I've been making plans. I've been working on the business aspect of things, right? I've done everything from work on personal credit to business credit, business financing, right? I'm making relationships with different banks, right? I've got things going on that are for bigger things. You understand what I'm saying? So we're doing the leadership development program. We're building up leaders. The main point of that is to multiply. Okay, so you can understand. The main point of building up leaders within this organization is so we can multiply, right? What does that mean? Well, if you build up a lot of leaders, you can send them out. And what do you send them out to do? The same thing we're doing right here. So imagine every time we have 10 very responsible leaders, we could actually start 10 very responsible offices, in different locations, right? Whether it be a different city or a different state. That's the plan in network marketing. This right here, direct marketing. The plan is to multiply. So it's not just about building up leaders to have better character and making good sales. It's also building up so you can be successful. That's the plan. It's not just so I can be successful, so you can get better character, so you can get better sales, and then that's it. Nah. It's so then once you build up to a certain point in the leadership development program, you can get a hold of an opportunity that's life-changing. That's the idea of what we're doing here. So you level up to a certain point, right? Then you have an opportunity to go into a new space, a new level in your life where you are a leader and you are teaching other people and you are making power moves along with this organization. So that's the plan. Recently, what I've been doing is I've been investing, right? I've done things like invest in a house recently. So I bought a house. That house, my house, I'm using to share with other people so they can rent rooms so they have a place to stay. That's a godly environment, right? Where they can start working on their character in even deeper ways and build a bond with each other within the house and really start concentrating on improving their lives, right? That's a huge investment. Costs a lot of money, right? Costs a lot of money every month. The bills. I pay the bills on that place every month. Even this place next door, right? The ministry, we just got nonprofit status. We've invested, we've spent money, tens of thousands of dollars on furniture, on the property, on the rental. We furnished this entire rental next door. I've just literally been pouring in to this vision that I have. Literally pouring into this vision. You see, most people, they make money and then they want to spend money on something that's going to make them money, right? What I've been doing a lot recently is spending money on something that's going to benefit other people, but not necessarily something that's making me more money. Does that make sense? The reason I'm pointing that out to you guys is because that's really what this organization is, right? We're selfless. The whole point of this organization is to build up people that are selfless and really care about others in the community, right? So as a leader, I'm leading from the front in that. I'm spending money, I'm investing on things that are going to help other people, right? Even if I'm taking a loss on it, right? The reason I'm telling you that is because I want you, I'm going to give you the point on it, but I want you to think about your character, your place in the leadership development, what your goals are, right? And what kind of person you're building yourself up to be and why you're building yourself up to be that type of person. What I want everybody to do, listen, this is like a little project that I want you to do. I want you to think about, okay, your life. Maybe you should spend a few hours on this. I don't know if you want to do it. You probably can't do it right here while you're sitting in this chair. But maybe at home, maybe in the morning when you're having a cup of coffee, maybe on your day off, whenever that day is, maybe on your most peaceful day, whenever you have some time to think.